Hi. So you may or may not know me. I'm Kate Gordon, and I've had the pleasure of working here at the Port Stanley Festival Theatre for the past 2 seasons. First in Drinking Alone, and then this summer in Stag and Doe. And I've had a great time here. And I did write something out because I was worried I would just blabber on, so I'm going to read some of it. So I'm originally from Toronto, but my husband actually just recently relocated to London, Ontario. So I'm kind of a local now. We just relocated there for my husband's work. And as an actor, I can't say there's a whole lot of benefit for me in terms of moving to London. However, one major plus is being closer to this fabulous establishment. When I was asked to come and speak today, it was a no-brainer. So I don't think I will be surprising anyone in this room when I tell you that there is no glamour in pursuing an artistic career in this country. There is virtually no money in the arts, and most of us actors have several different jobs that keep us afloat in between the 5 or 6 week contracts such as those offered here at Port Stanley. And I tell you from the bottom of my heart, these are the jobs that I look forward to all year. If you are lucky enough to even be in a position to choose where to work as an actor, for me, the #1 factor in making that decision are the people. And the Port Stanley Festival Theatre has that down, no question. It's a very special team of human beings who make this place run, from the board to the management and administrative staff, the charming and intelligent and talented artistic director. Okay, settle down, settle down. At the box office, the tech team, the volunteers, the season subscribers, and the warm and dedicated community that is Port. It's a fantastic place to work. Working environment, the actual physical space, is often not high on the list of factors when choosing where to work as an actor. We are used to some pretty squalid spaces. We will make anything work because we have to make theater happen in this country. Not to say that Port Stanley Festival Theatre is a squalid space, far from it, but I was thrilled when I heard that there was going to be an expansion that would also benefit the actors. The changes may seem small, but will have a huge impact for the actors by creating a more practical and professional environment that will ultimately produce better work on stage and a more satisfying and enjoyable theater experience for everyone. So let me give you a few examples. The dressing rooms. There will actually be dressing rooms. Separate dressing rooms even, for men and women. You'd think that would be a no-brainer, but many theater spaces across the country struggle to even offer this space. The ones up there are, well, there are none, but there is one, technically there's one tiny little shoebox that usually the men are put in. It's barely big enough for one person, and then the ladies are all crowded around this one table. There's no elbow room. Usually at least 1 or 2 of us is in the bathroom doing our makeup. It's a bit of a mess, and then it ends up being a bit of a comedy routine because everybody has to pass through the girls' change room, the girls' dressing room, which is actually just the backstage area. So the comedy routine is watching the men time it, you know, knocking, asking, and even like the backstage crew that are running the show. Oh, this is when Kate's doing her quick change. Can't go now. It's quite funny. So it'll be hugely beneficial to have actual dressing rooms and a place for peace and quiet before the show, which is, I can't stress how important that is as a performer. Showers! There will be showers in the dressing room. This is fantastic because some of us sweat our buns off out there and feel filthy after a show. Or some of us like to do a serious physical warm-up pre-show that requires a good rinse-off before getting into costume. It will be so useful to have access to showers, and everyone's noses will be thankful too. And speaking of sweaty, how about that independent heating cooling unit for the theater space for better temperature control? I think this is the biggest one. I understand as an audience member how miserable it is to be sitting in a theater, stuck in the theater in the middle of summer with no air conditioning, or air conditioning but it's broken and not working. Everybody's uncomfortable and would rather not be there, and instead of focusing on the show, everyone's thinking about where the heck will I get my next sip of water, and how much longer is this play going to go on before I can get out of here. And of course the actors on stage can feel that energy very strongly emanating from the audience, and that makes our jobs a heck of a lot harder. Plus, let me tell you, it is no fun being on stage with an unreliable AC unit. Not only does it make our job twice as difficult, but it's also very unsafe. A stage full of fainting actors is no good for anyone, although it would be pretty dramatic to witness. And the green room. I've been lucky enough that the past 2 times that I've worked here, it's been in the final slot of the season. So whenever we have a show, that rehearsal room up there is always open to the actors to go in and warm up and have our space. Now, for those actors that are working the rest of the season, they can't do that because there's always another cast in there rehearsing for the next show. So I don't know what I'd do if I was in an earlier time slot, because a warm-up is, every actor has got their different process, and some actors' warm-ups are pretty short. Mine, I happen to be on the extreme end of things, and as far as I'm concerned, my job starts 2 hours before curtain, and I'm warming up, and I need that quiet and appropriated space for that. And the green room will definitely be able to be used for that. And then as well, closer to showtime, it's a space for the actors to come together and chat with each other. The men and women can mingle, and you know, if you want your silent time, you can stay in your dressing room. So a green room will provide that, and most theaters provide this space, and it's a very important one that I'll be thrilled to have here. So, in conclusion, from my actorly point of view, those are the aspects of the renovation project that really excite me. Everybody at this theatre works their butts off to make do with what they have, and they do an amazing job at that. I have always felt very well taken care of here in Port. But these renovations really will provide us artists with an environment that will raise the bar professionally and in turn produce even greater work on stage, putting more bums in the seats and bigger smiles on people's faces. Thank you.
Thanks, Kate.